There's that age-old quote that goes, "It's always darkest before dawn." I remember stumbling into a Walmart with my mom back in the late summer of 2001. I had just gotten my Game Boy Advance and I only had enough money left for one game. My eyes scanned through the glass display case, looking for something to catch my eye. They stopped at the sight of this vibrant and beautiful box art. For some reason, I couldn't look away from it. And even though I knew nothing about it, Golden Sun became my first Game Boy Advance purchase. The game had me hooked from the first few minutes of playing. I wanted to follow Isaac and company wherever their journey was taking me, and I'm sure I'm not the only one with memories and feelings like these. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is in its home stretch. It is going to be the biggest crossover game in history. Roster slots in this game are going to be like heavily sought after gold pieces. Only so many beloved characters can make it in, and sadly some are going to get left at the altar. I'm going to try and justify why Isaac from Golden Sun deserves to be on this roster. But before we can do that, we have to know who Isaac is. Isaac is the protagonist from the game Golden Sun that released August 1st, 2001. Isaac is an Earth Adept or Energist. He wields the magic power called Synergy to aid him in his battles. This power allows him to manipulate the Earth around him. Isaac also has access to the power of the Djinns, elemental creatures that help attack enemies or defend the player, boost battle stats, as well as grant access to powerful summons. Isaac leads his party of fellow adepts all across the land of Wayward in order to reclaim the elemental jewels and defeat the pesky troublemakers Saturos and Minardi. Even after the conclusion of the first Golden Sun, Isaac reappears in the following two games in the franchise as well, proving his relevance to the series. Now that you have a brief overview of Isaac, I'm sure you may be wondering, how would he fit into Smash Bros. Stylistically? What is his potential moveset? Well, Isaac would be a fairly unique character, incomparable to anyone else we have in Smash. In Golden Sun, Isaac travels with his trusty sword, but he is certainly more than just his blade. Using his synergy, Isaac has been able to cause earthquakes, make plants, thorns, and huge vines grow out of the ground at will, cause avalanches, hurl stone spires at the enemy, summon demons, and even summon a giant spectral sword to rain down upon his enemies. On top of all of that, Isaac has the ability to summon giant synergy hands that let him perform various actions like moving, lifting, and pounding objects. Isaac can also use synergy to halt opponents, paralyzing them for a small period of time. Isaac can also hover for short periods of time as well and use teleportation to not only move himself, but his squad members as well. And then there are the Djinn. Not only do they look super cool, but the Djinn allow Isaac to tap into further synergy powers and grant access to special abilities. There are over 70 Djinn in the Golden Sun series. Lastly, Isaac's most powerful move is the summoning Judgement, a powerful mythical creature that causes catastrophic destruction on his foes and would be the perfect final Smash move. As you can see, the potential for Isaac is immense. Sakurai and his development team have a host of abilities to choose from for him with no shortage of uniqueness. Personally, I think Isaac's wide range of abilities is one of the biggest reasons he should be included in the Smash roster. Need more reasons for Isaac to be in than we've already discussed? Sure. Golden Sun is actually more popular of a franchise than many people think. The first game sold almost 2 million copies worldwide, and the second game, The Lost Age, came in at 1.2 million copies. And though the third installment in the series wasn't nearly as popular as the others, it still brought home an additional 800,000 sales worldwide. A combined total of 3.7 million total copies sold. That is nothing to underestimate. For reference and comparison, Fire Emblem Awakening, which is widely regarded as one of, if not the best in the entire series, sold a total of 2.1 million copies. The first Golden Sun game came in at 1.7 million. All things considered, that is extremely respectable and should be a point in Golden Sun and Isaac's favor. In fact, Golden Sun: The Lost Age was even featured as one of the 3 games on the back of the Game Boy Advance SP box, sharing the space with 2 of Nintendo's most famous and prized series, The Legend of Zelda and Metroid. That is no small feat. Additionally, Golden Sun won the Nintendo Power Award for Game Boy Advance Game of the Year. Also, for the Nintendo Power's 20th anniversary issue, both Golden Sun and Golden Sun The Lost Age were listed as definitive top 20 games ever on the Game Boy Advance system. And furthermore, I am sure you all know that Isaac has actually already been featured in Smash Bros. As an assist trophy in Super Smash Bros. Brawl, which should never go overlooked. It proves that Sakurai had him on his radar previously, and even though that assist trophy was removed from Smash 4, Golden Sun's soundtrack remained in the game, so at least some part of the series was still tied to Smash Bros. Golden Sun has the sales, as well as the Nintendo recognition, to bolster Isaac's chances even further to be in this roster. Aside from recognition from Nintendo, Isaac has even garnered much recognition from the fans. Isaac at one point was planned to be inserted into Project M, the famous mod of Super Smash Bros. Brawl, and he also appears in the game Super Smash Flash 2. It is incredibly likely that Sakurai was made aware of these appearances and can see that Isaac has a lot of fan support for him to be requested to get into these games. If those appearances aren't enough, he also has the Smash ballot on his side. And while we don't know the exact results of the ballot, we do have significant data that was collected by Commander Canuck, a user who was in charge of the SSB4 Dojo website back during the ballot voting time. The data was collected from various websites such as Reddit, Smashboards, and the SSB4 Dojo site. Many polls were held, and excluding characters that are already confirmed for Ultimate, this is how the data looks in context. Isaac is leading in the poll worldwide. Now of course, this data has to be taken with a grain of salt, because at the end of the day, the amount of votes here is nothing compared to the amount that were probably cast worldwide. However, in the many votes that were held, Isaac placed consistently in the top 10, and most of the time was even in the top 5, sometimes even number 1. So while this isn't a complete confirmation that Isaac did well on the ballot, I would say it at least has some positive merits to know that he was placing that highly so often. Now, have there been any recent signs of Isaac's inclusion in Smash Ultimate? Sure, there have been a few. Again, you have to take these with a grain of salt, but they are intriguing to say the least. Firstly, he has still not been revealed as an assist trophy, and with only a few slots left, odds are in his favor of dodging that this time around. The big one that a lot of people have been getting excited about is the screenshot that Sakurai tweeted out showing Rathalos, Link, Marth, and Shulk. Fans of the series were easily able to identify the angle of the picture and how much it resembled the angle used for battles that take place in the Golden Sun games. And dragons were typically a monster that Isaac would run into on his quests. And Sakurai is known to do these types of things where he will make references about the game on Twitter and in Nintendo Directs. So the fact that he makes it a point to tweet this picture out is something to highly consider. Furthermore, people have been noticing that the Golden Sun Dark Dawn website has been frequently updated the past month or so. It seems odd that a website that remained largely the same for a long period of time would get some sort of updates now unless something was happening. It could be relating to a new game in the series, but that seems incredibly less likely than an Isaac Smash appearance. So, there you have it. You're all caught up on Isaac. A character with history, a wide variety of moves to pull from, and a character with an incredibly loyal and strong fan base, which in my opinion warrants him a roster slot in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. One thing is certain, come December 7th, Golden Sun fans will be saying, Isaac, wake up. Thanks for watching guys, I hope you enjoyed this video in support of Isaac. I would like to continue doing videos like this one, so if you have any other characters you'd want me to make a video for like this one, leave them in the comments below and I'll pick one of them. Check out some of my other videos if you have time, and subscribe for more future Smash Ultimate content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.